Welcome to the Martinez Catalyst Plant, or MCP, where CRI and Shell work together towards Goal Zero. This short video will introduce you to our site and help ensure that your visit is safe, productive, and enjoyable. Safety is our top priority at MCP. Certain safety procedures must be followed to ensure your safety as well as others while visiting the plant. Persons entering the plant must show proper identification, sign in, and consent to inspection of yourself, your vehicle, and any material or equipment in your possession. You will also be issued a visitor's badge unless you have one already. You will also be given a CRI and Shell orientation card. Please keep it handy as it contains valuable safety information. Your vehicle and personal property may also be subject to random search before entering or leaving the plant. Please also note that possession of alcohol, non-prescription drugs, and firearms are strictly prohibited on company property. Please follow the guard's direction to where you need to go. Please make sure that you're wearing your seatbelt, following the posted speed limit of 15 miles per hour, and are not using your cell phone while driving. Please park in designated parking spots and avoid blocking any traffic. Driving into production areas requires special permission from operations. Visitors should contact their CRI Shell representative before coming to MCP and arrange a place to meet upon arrival. Please stay with your host unless other arrangements are made. Your contact will also brief you on applicable emergency information, including the location of fire equipment, first aid supplies, AEDs, and evacuation information. You may also receive a copy of the Basic HSSE Requirements Handbook, which references essential safety information for your protection. Please also be aware that MCP is located directly next to the Shell Martinez refinery, and the plant is integrated into their emergency response plan. That includes the community warning system, shelter-in-place provisions, and the designation of muster points. If you hear an alarm, your host will direct you to a safe location. MCP is a chemical plant that processes and stores various hazardous materials, including EDA, toluene, nitrogen, oxalic acid, and caustic, among many others. MSDSs are available, containers are labeled, and your host can provide applicable hazard-specific details. While you're here, you must also report any injury, leak, or other safety incident immediately to your Shell host. Once inside the operating area of the plant, the following is considered to be standard PPE: hard hat, safety glasses with side shields, goggles on hard hat, fire retardant coveralls, safety shoes. In addition, earplugs or muffs, protective gloves, or respiratory protection may be required depending on the area of MCP you are visiting. Visitors who need to wear a respirator will be required to obtain medical clearance and be fit tested prior to entering that area. Visitors working in operating areas must also be clean shaven with facial hair otherwise out of the ceiling area of a half or full face respirator. Pay attention to warning markings and signs. For example, note the yellow lines and associated markings for when goggles are required. Orange lines and signs alert you to when hearing protection is required. Red and yellow barrier tape and associated information tags direct you to avoid certain areas and why. Please be aware that cameras and video recorders may only be taken in the plant areas with prior approval. Smoking is also not allowed in the plant except for one specifically designated area. Use of cell phones and other smart devices are restricted within the plant and are not allowed to be used in operating areas. Please work with your host. Finally, while visiting an operating area, don't touch anything unless you have permission or have been issued a safe work permit and JSA. Some equipment may require a permit to use or have restricted use on site. One example is non-safety knives. There are several life-saving rules that must be followed. If you choose not to follow these life-saving rules, you choose not to work here at Shell. If at any time you are uncertain of a life-saving rule, stop and talk with a CRI Shell representative. 1. Work with a valid permit when required. 2. Conduct gas tests when required. 3. Verify isolation before work begins and use the specified life-protecting equipment. 4. Obtain authorization before entering a confined space. 5. Obtain authorization before overriding or disabling safety critical equipment. 6. protect yourself against a fall when working at a height. 7. Do not walk under a suspended load. 8. Do not smoke outside designated smoking areas. 9. No alcohol or drugs while working or driving. 10. Do not use a phone while operating equipment or driving. Do not exceed speed limits. 11. Wear your seatbelt when driving or riding in vehicles in the plant. 12. Follow the journey management plan if applicable. When your visit is complete, please return all borrowed safety equipment, sign out, and return visitor badge at the main gate. Your safety and that of our employees is essential. Your compliance with our safety rules is appreciated. Thank you for helping us keep MCP a safe place to work and visit.